Proverbs Chapter 1 opens the entire book with a kind of gateway, setting the stage for everything that follows. It's more than just an introduction. It's like a key that unlocks how we should read the rest of Proverbs. Here, Solomon presents a foundation for what wisdom really means in the biblical sense. And it's not just about knowing things, it's about living wisely, shaping character, and walking faithfully with God. In this chapter, there are 6 Hebrew words that carry enormous weight. Chokhmah, wisdom. Yirah, fear or reverence. Musar, discipline or instruction. Da'at, knowledge. Mashal, proverb or parable. And Binah, understanding. Each one builds a part of the foundation for what it means to live wisely before God. Let's walk through each of them. The first is Chokhmah, wisdom. This word doesn't just mean having information in your head. It's skill for living, the ability to navigate life well in a way that honors God. In Exodus, the same root word describes the craftsmanship of those building the tabernacle. So Chokhmah is wisdom in action, practical skill, moral insight, and spiritual discernment all woven together. In Greek, the Septuagint translates it as Sophia, which later shaped the New Testament idea of Christ as the wisdom of God. But unlike Greek Sophia, which leaned more toward abstract philosophy, Hebrew Chokhmah is earthy and practical. It touches real life. The second word is Yirah, fear or reverence. Proverbs 1, verse 7 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge." Yirah doesn't mean being terrified, though it can carry that sense in some contexts. More often, it means deep awe and reverence before God's holiness. It's about recognizing God's authority and responding with obedience. In Greek, the Septuagint uses phobos, which usually means fear, but here it points more toward reverence. Without Yirat Adonai, the fear of the Lord, wisdom has no true foundation. The third word is Musar, discipline or instruction. Musar is about training, correction, and shaping character. Sometimes it comes as gentle guidance, other times as stern correction. It's the word used for parental discipline, but also for God's correction of His people. Proverbs describes Musar as essential. Rejecting it leads to foolishness, but receiving it leads to growth. The Greek translation uses paideia, which later shaped Christian ideas of training and instruction, especially in passages like Hebrews chapter 12, where God disciplines those He loves. The fourth word is da'at, knowledge. This isn't just head knowledge, it's relational, experiential knowledge. To know in Hebrew often means to experience or to be in close relationship. So da'at points to knowing God, not just knowing about Him. Hosea warns that God's people perish for lack of da'at, not because they didn't have information, but because they lacked covenant relationship and lived without real understanding of God. In Greek, the translators used gnosis or epignosis, words that became very significant in later Christian theology. But biblical da'at is always rooted in relationship and obedience. The fifth word is Mashal, meaning proverb or parable. This is the word that gives the whole book its name. A mashal is more than a clever saying. It can be a short proverb, a comparison, a riddle, or even a parable. In 2 Samuel, Nathan uses a mashal when he tells a story to convict David of his sin. In Isaiah, mashal can take the form of a taunt or lament. And in the New Testament, Jesus' parables build on this same Hebrew tradition. The Septuagint translates mashal with parable, the same Greek word used in the Gospels. Mashal teaches by drawing comparisons, giving wisdom in a way that sticks in the mind. Finally, we have Binah, understanding. This word is about discernment, the ability to separate and distinguish between options, to see what lies beneath the surface. Where Chokhmah is skillful wisdom, Binah is the ability to analyze, to discern, to judge rightly. In 1 Kings, Solomon asks God for Binah, a discerning heart to govern the people. The Greek translation often uses synesis or phronesis, both emphasizing practical judgment. Proverbs shows us that wisdom requires both: Chokhmah, to act skillfully, and Binah, to understand deeply. When we put all 6 of these words together, Chokhmah, Yirah, Musar, Da'at, Mashal, and Binah, we get a full picture of biblical wisdom. Wisdom is not just intelligence, it's not just morality. It's the skill of living under God's authority, shaped by discipline, grounded in reverence, informed by knowledge, expressed through parables, and guided by discernment. This foundation in Proverbs Chapter 1 sets the tone for the entire book. It shows us that wisdom is not separate from God, it flows from Him. And it's not abstract philosophy, it's deeply practical, shaping how we live, how we worship, how we treat others, and how we walk in covenant with the Lord. So as we study Proverbs, we are invited not just to collect sayings, but to enter into a way of life. A way shaped by Chokhmah and Binah, anchored in Yirah, trained by Musar, enriched with Da'at, and expressed through Mashal. This is the wisdom that Proverbs calls us to pursue, a wisdom that is both a gift from God and a calling to live in harmony with His covenant ways. Deep calls unto deep. There is more to the text than initially meets the eye. Like, share, and subscribe, and prepare to go deeper.